Darkside made this?
This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies is true first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real. This the rant of the real. Everybody telling lies is true first, so it's fuck how they do feel. Or you for real? Man, put that on your mama, you a gangster and you got more shit for real.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rant to the Real, the podcast where real niggas get on here and rant. This is the #1 podcast in the top 50. No need to look that up. Google is wrong. I promise you they're stealing your data. You should not trust them. I am your host, Uncle Trav, the hardest working person in the world. Doesn't even matter what it is. I outwork them. Now let's start your morning off of eggs, bacon vibes, and I bring nothing but immaculate vibes. We fourth quarter podcasting, yo. Fourth quarter. Honestly, I thought about just saying fuck it and let's just do it in overtime, but why would I do that? Why would I put all that pressure on me to succeed when truly I could just do the last fourth quarter, we can win, shoot a buzzer beater, everyone's happy. So that's what we gonna do. We gonna shoot a buzzer beater, and that's what we doing right now. It's 2 a.m. I ain't gonna lie, I've been putting off recording since about like 3 o'clock. Matter of fact, I want to say earlier than that, like 1. Because originally when I was supposed to record at 1, I was like, yeah, I'll go to the gym. So I went to the gym at 2. And I was there until about 3. So I got like an hour and some change in, right? Came home, watched a little TV, got ready, set up. Then one of my homies texted me and was like, yo, you going to the gym? And I was like, damn. I already went, but I could go a second time. So he said, I bet. I'll be there in a minute. So, went back to the gym. All right, I think the second gym session was at 6 or 7. I think it was 6. So, I didn't get back home until like 8:39. Now it's 2 a.m. and it's like, but I still got to record. So, yeah, we fourth quarter podcasting right now. Because I had no desire to do this shit all day. And I was like, you know what? I'll just do it tomorrow. Well, today at like 9, we'll have it out around 1, and it's fine. I can't do y'all like that. There's people that wait for the 10:30 drop. The audio comes out at 6, but the visual comes out at 10:30. Why is it like that? Because I've noticed, because I read the data, what times people actually view this. Some people listen to this while they at work or on their way to work, and I appreciate you guys. You guys are loyal. I don't think I said it enough. I appreciate each and every one of you. Even the people that support me on Patreon, and I haven't given you guys anything since like August. I still appreciate you. But yeah, that was my day today. It's been a very long week, just long. It doesn't seem to end. It seemed like last week just did not want to end. It just stretched, and then it finally made it to a new week, finally made it to a day off, and it was just like, I don't really want to do much of anything. It's too cold for responsibilities. Let's just not. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't do anything Sunday. I spent my entire Sunday playing Arc Raiders, and it was amazing. I didn't like playing solos, but now I prefer solos over like squad. But there is one person that I met while playing that I will play squad with them. But any other time when they're not on, solo. I put this shit on my back and carry it, and I do what I need to do. So yeah, I've been chilling. I've been playing Arc Raiders. I've been having a great fucking time. And what's crazy is I didn't even want to buy the game at first because I was like, I'm not gonna like it. I love it. It's a fun game. If you guys play games, you should try it. It's definitely eventful, and it's mostly eventful because of the randomness of what people do. Like you're just not gonna. You just never know what the next person's gonna do or say. And it's one of those games where if you don't have a mic, you're gonna have a bad time. I'm glad I bought that mic when I did. See, I told you guys I bought a microphone last week. Or a headset microphone. If I ain't had that, I'd be getting cooked. Because you need a microphone. Or they gonna cook you. Let's get into some important shit, some real shit. You guys ever seen Fat Joe and Jadakiss's podcast? It's like they are trying to be like Cam and Mace in the... What the fuck is Cam and Mace show about? I forgot the name of it. But Cam and Mace have a show, and they funny, and they just be talking about anything. The only reason why I truly don't watch it like that is because I don't watch sports. So it's like, it's hard to keep up, understand, and care because like I just don't watch sports at all. Like, I maybe might watch the Super Bowl. Like, I ain't gonna lie, last one I watched was like 2023. Like, I just don't give a fuck. I don't watch it. It's boring to me. So, yeah, they funny, but a lot of the stuff they talk about is then it gets to like, I don't know who, like, cool, Jalen Hurts. Like, I don't give a fuck. And that it loses me on that aspect. So, with Joe and Jada, it's like they grabbed the style and they did their own thing, but they don't really talk as much sports as Cam and Mace does, right? But Fat Joe just be lying. Like, I don't believe nothing that come out to spare both because he just be lying. And it's like, is that his character or is he genuinely just a liar? Because, all right, boom. One of his infamous lies was he robbed the whole school when he was young, or the whole gym, like 40 people, and he took all their stuff in book bags. And then he said he had a student help him take all the stuff. Okay. You robbed 40 kids. By yourself. Like, and no one thought to stand up like, fuck this nigga. Like, hear me out. I get this was maybe the 70s, 80s. Shit was different. Everybody wasn't as, aggressive and wild like it is now. All right, cool. Hear me out. Every single generation, every school, it don't matter what it could have been an all-white, pristine school. It could be one of those military schools. There's always one student that is a certified crash-out dummy. There's always one student who just don't give a fuck about nothing. And you mean to tell me in that entire cafeteria you didn't meet that one I don't give a fuck student? Come on, man. That's like when Soulja Boy was talking about how he shot the nigga and he was bending bullets and flipping over couches and doing some wanted / Matrix type shit. Like, nigga, why you lying? You didn't do none of that. You was scared for your life. You was blind firing behind the couch, and then you just managed to hit a nigga. And you got hype over it. That's probably what happened. And it's just like Fat Joe just be lying. Like, bro, it don't make no sense for these intricate level lies. Where'd you get these shit from? And why y'all let him? Why y'all even publish this bullshit with the lies? Like, yeah, you could have told this nigga, like, yeah, we about to rerun. I ain't gonna hold you. Rerunning a session's crazy though, cause you already like sat down for mad long. You hit all your topics, and then to rerun it, That shit is the worst. I'm not gonna lie. You know what's crazy is when I first started doing interviews, I've had to rerun a couple of them. Either something happened and start was never pressed, or was pressed and it stopped on it for whatever reason, and no one knew. That was really when I was recording back on my cell phone. So like, the video would stop and I would never know, and you just kept going because how am I supposed to know? The screen's facing the other way. Now having a real camera, I can see when it stops. I mean, I can't see why it stopped, but I can see it stop and I can fix it in the moment. We can continue where we left off. The old days, cut off. So, yeah, rerunning a take is a whole show is crazy. Like, I get like, nah, but y'all could have just cut that bullshit out. Like, you know, we're not even gonna let him say this dumb shit. And then, I just don't believe you, Fat Joe. It didn't happen. That was just one of his wild stories. If you like listen and actually watch his bullshit, like son just be saying anything on that camera. And it's like, is this really you or is this a character? Because I'm lost. Fat Joe, Joey Crack, Joey TS. I was never really a Fat Joe music fan. I can only think of one song by him. I don't even know if it's by him. Was it Lean Back? Is that Fat Joe? It is. Yeah, that's the only song I know by this man. That's wild. So in more political news today, this week, last week, the past couple of weeks, we got to talk about your guys' favorite president. Before I really lay into Sir Trumpington, honestly, him blocking the SNAP benefits and people actively like, yeah, fuck those SNAP benefits is crazy because it's supposed to be emergency aid for people in need. Granted, there are people that abuse the system. There are people that, you know, they find ways, loopholes or whatever just to get free shit. And then there's genuinely some people who really depend on this shit and need it. And to not have it or to pause it or be like, you know what, y'all just won't get it is insane. And then to put stipulations on what people can and cannot have on this shit is also insane. Because it's like, food is food, right? There's hungry people all over the world. You know what I mean? Those children in Africa would kill for a bag of Doritos for dinner. Like, I don't even want to say Africa. Just wherever it is where there's starving, hungry kids, they would literally kill for junk food. Because food is food. And so to put the stipulations and then say, oh, I don't want my tax dollars to pay for junk food and juice and soda and lobster. How do you put those kind of stipulations on something like that? Like, I guess with the WIC, it makes sense because a child that age shouldn't be eating lobster. So it's like, all right, cool. You get the bland cereal, you get some milk, you get apple juice, and you get fruits or whatever. All right, that makes sense because WIC is an age range thing. But now when you move on to SNAP, you got adults and children that eat off of that, right? So at this point, what does it matter what the tax dollars are spent on? It's food. Because there's always a complaint when it comes to something. I don't want them to get hot food. So that they get cold food. And then you try to pick and choose which cold food they can get. You just want them eating hot dogs and noodles and shit? Like, break this shit down. Are y'all okay with them getting tilapia, but they can't have shrimp? Is it not seafood? And why can't they indulge, and get little Debbie's and shit for the house? What does it matter? You know what's crazy is the same people in the political parties that push this pro-choice, abortions are bad, we need to rebuild America. People, we should be having these babies. And they fight for unborn children and potential children, right? They fight like crazy for them. And then when kids are born and actually here, they're like, fuck them kids. Let them die. We don't care. That's insane. Because you push for them to be here. You force for them to be here. You want to cancel abortions. You want to do all this crazy shit. And then when the kids get here, family falls apart for whatever reason, or maybe there never was a family to begin with. And then you guys are like, well, you got to figure that shit out on your own. That's wild. That's a wild take. And then, like, the people who voted for Trump, the people who, were heavily pushing for him, are the main ones he's fucking over. There are literally those towns, it's just majority of Caucasians, low income, especially like Sodas area and shit like that. That's low income trailer trash. I don't want to call them trash. It's really trailer park boys type shit. Like, it's low income. Majority of the people out there hooked on meth, and they get food stamps. And a lot of them don't have cars, so they can't go to Wegmans and Walmart and shit like that. So when the stamps hit, they go to Family Dollar and they load up on groceries. Is you gonna say that they can't go to Family Dollar? Well, how the fuck they gonna get to Walmart? That's 20 miles away. Or that's not your problem. Do you think I would personally love to choose where I paid my taxes to and what they got deposited into? I don't get that choice. They take them and they disperse them how they need to. But sitting here bitching about it and then putting stipulations on shit is insane. It's hungry kids out there. And then to block them shits around Thanksgiving is even crazier. Now the government's up and running and shit, so maybe these goddamn scam callers will leave me alone. But that shit was getting out of hand too. Like, yo, the scam calls and the scammers were going wild while the shit was shut down. Because it's like, yo, what they gonna do? I get the logic, but damn. They was getting annoying and ruthless, yo. I mean, they still is. They hit me, I get the email ones all the time, and then the phone calls. It's a double-edged sword with the phone calls, because you can, block them shits, but when you do, then you miss all the real important calls, because then your phone thinks that majority of people who call you is a scammer who don't have, a local area code. So then you got to turn it off. And then it's a losing battle. It's either you accept the fact that you're going to get scam calls, or you just got to say, you know what, have a local area code or don't reach me. But back to your favorite president. I don't know how they keep, doing this shit, but, there was some leakage of the Epstein emails. And I know you guys are going to be like, oh, this was fake. That's not real. Okay, buddy. I believe you guys. You know, in those emails, Epstein called Trump the biggest monster he knew. That's insane because this guy is a known pedophile. I watched a documentary on Epstein. The nigga was arrested multiple times and faced a lot of jail. He just kept dodging jail time because he was rich. And the crazy thing was he didn't start off rich. He was a poor fucking dude who just figured out how to spend other people's money. And then he got rich. And then he was like, I'm so rich, I can just start diddling kids. And he got away with it a lot of times. But this dude has a history of doing this shit. And then he was basically like the White P-Diddy. If you want to be perfectly honest, he just has sexy parties with minors. This shit is wild. And then, you know, the spice on top, the sparkles, the sprinkles, you know, the icing on the cake. Megyn Kelly of Fox News. This goofy bitch goes on that goddamn news channel and publicly says, well, none of the kids were under 10. So they were 15, and that's barely legal. Why are you defending fucking pedophiles? Yo, that shit is wild. And since when, in what universe is 15 barely legal? I don't think overseas you can fuck with 15-year-old kids. That is a child. 18 is barely legal. 17, barely legal. I know in Pennsylvania, I think legal is like 17 or some shit like that. Because a lot of these YouTubers, they be doing that shit. They be flying the girls to PA where like the age of consent's a little lower. So they don't get in trouble. And they still get in fucking trouble. But, why are you defending that bullshit? She's a 14-year-old daughter. So, like, the question begs, would you allow your daughter to be with Trump or Epstein alone? Or because, you know what, she's not 10, she's safe. Or one more year and she's a grown woman? Is that your mentality? I'm lost because what made you say this dumb shit? Why are you defending pedophilia? I don't care if it's the president. You got to get your nose out his ass. And then Epstein had kiddie porn on his computer of 10-year-olds. So, like, yeah, your statement in the same word, she then goes like, well, he did have it on his computer, so I guess he's a pedophile. But at least, you know, the girls he had sex with, they were 15, they were barely legal. Like, what? And it's like, Megyn Kelly just goes hard for Trump, and I don't know why. She says all this, like, she says, like, Kanye West level anti-Semitic shit. And then, like, yeah, she's always around Trump, but he be the first to be like, nah, I ain't tell this bitch to say that. I don't know why she said that. I don't know her. I don't fuck with her. He be the first to dub her ass, but she be the first to defend him. Break this shit down. Make it make sense. This shit is wild. And then the plot gets deeper. Trump said he ain't seen Epstein in 15 years. Well, according to these emails, Trump was with him on Thanksgiving in 2017. He was the president. Trump was last seen with him in 2019. He was still the president. That's the same year Epstein died, was 2019. Conveniently hung himself in a cell, and there's 2 minutes missing out of the camera footage. Okay. I'm not crazy, but I'm also not trying to wear the tinfoil hat. But when you force it on my goddamn head, what do you want me to do? Just ignore it? In these emails, it says Trump knew about these young fucking girls and he was hanging with them. He knew exactly what was going on and he was a willing participant. Then the plot thickens. It even says in these emails that Putin has a picture of Trump had given fellatio to something or someone named Bubba. They've narrowed it down to one of two things. Either Bubba was a horse or Bill Clinton. Mr. Clinton must be a very powerful man because he always getting caught in some sex scandal. So this is an odd conundrum. So do you take the bestiality allegations or do you take the homosexual allegations? They both lead to shit roads, but which one are you going down, Mr. Trump? If this photo is real, your career is done. You're diddling kids. You're hanging out with someone named Bubba. You're sucking them off. What is going on? Why are American corrupt politicians involved in all this sexy scandal shit? It's always some sex-related bullshit. And then it's like politicians in other countries, it's always drugs and murder. Or embezzlement or something. It's like, what's that one dictator in Africa? He's like, I don't give a fuck about these people. He just doing whatever. He fucked them the company's money. Not the company. The country's money up so bad that they bills don't mean shit. What they have, like $1 million bill or $1,000 bill? I know I'm not crazy. It's one of them African leaders that like truly don't give a shit about them people and only cares about money. And like he's known for being corrupt and he like publicly admits that shit. Either this is old or he's very new, but I know this is recent. Majority of the leaders in other countries is embezzling money and pumping their dollar and doing crypto schemes and shit. And the president's running off with little kids. Only in America do we have like the worst crimes ever. And I truly think what's gonna happen is they're gonna wait the 4 years. They're gonna let Trump's presidency expire, and then they're probably just gonna release the files so he's no longer being able to stop it. Because what can you do then? I truly think that's the next step. And that's why he's trying to figure out how to get a third term. And if he does, which he probably will, he'll figure it the fuck out. That's an insane can of worms to open. Because if you open it, then that means you get the Bushes back in. And they were fucking retarded. Obama could come back. There's presidents that's still alive that did their 2 terms. Like, they could come back. Those are only 3 I remember. I know there's more than them, but those are the major 3. I don't know how he's going to keep the lid closed on this Epstein stuff, because it's like, bro, you did that shit. The whole world knows you did that shit. There's people that will, defend and lay on the sword like, no, he didn't do that shit. He did that shit. We all know it. Whether we do or don't want to admit it. And the crazy part is, it's the people that vote for him get fucked over by him and still love him. That's the part that's super insane to me. I understand politics. I follow politics. I refuse to vote in the politics, in the bullshit rat race, because it just doesn't make any sense. Because it's like, when it boiled down to it, we had Kamala and we had him. I'm not voting for Kamala just because she's a black woman. Like, all right, cool. That'd have been the first change. That'd have been double change, right? But here's the problem that I have with Ms. Harris. First off, her campaign was surrounded by hoes. Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, Gorilla. Them is hoes. These is known whores. Cardi B was a stripper who sold pussy who got rich. She told us that people would go to buy coochie, she would drug them and let one of her trans and gay friends rape these men. She told us this. She's married to another man, pregnant by another man. This is a whore. Megan is in a new relationship every 2 weeks. She got shot in the foot for being a whore. Like, this is on record whores. And she got them at her goddamn rally, vote for Kamala. Okay. She talking about she pro-black. She want to see the black community do all this, do all that. She believes in black love and babies, but she married a white man and she's kidless. So how are you supposed to help mothers and you don't have one? You don't have a child. How you gonna help them? You don't even know how they think or where they're coming from right now. Okay. Then the bitch was like, "Oh, I'm not helping black people just because I'm black. I earned a spot, whatever." No. This bitch a goofy. She gots to go. No. Shit is no. And then you got Mr. Orange Man who purposely says China wrong and pissed them fucking people off. Which doesn't make any sense because he can be buddy-buddy with Kim Jong-un and fucking Putin, but when it comes to Xi Jinping, he's like, fuck this guy. Break this shit down. You put 100% tariff on China that doesn't affect them. It affects the people that buy the shit from them. All it did was fuck the economy. Just to be angry at Xi Jinping? Why? So, no, I don't like either one of them. And I'm not going to give them a vote just because it's like, oh, well, it's an option. I have an option not to do it. And I chose not to. And if the next rat race comes up and it's 2 more fucking idiots, guess what I will do? Not do it. I'll gladly sit there and talk my shit about it on the sidelines. But understand, I chose not to throw my hat in the ring, and I'm also okay with that. There's a lot of people that's not. They're like, oh, you need to. I don't need to do shit. When I like what's up there, then I'll choose. When I don't, I will not. I never understood why people try to control other people. You should let people do whatever the fuck they want. And either support them or don't. You know what I mean? Like, some people want to be as in much control of their life as possible. People meaning me. I like to control every aspect of my life that I can. And if I don't want to do something, I don't want to do it. And when you tell me I should, when I've already made the stance that I don't want to, it upsets me because why? I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want regardless. Whether I burn a bridge or keep the one that's already foundationally there, I'm going to do what I want. Nothing will stop me. I'm going to do what I want. And if you know this about me, why not just let me be great and, and enjoy the wave while it's waving? But people don't. And that's usually where bridges get burned. And it's like, well. One thing about me that I am very proud of, and I will always stand on this, is that when it comes to my life, I've done everything I wanted to do. There's not a single person that influenced me or forced me to do anything that I didn't want to or wasn't willing to do. All my decisions were my own. None were outward influence, and I'm going to stand on that until I'm no longer here. Every decision I make is because I want to do it. And I feel like other people should get on that wave as well. But all right, y'all. We're going to call it a day. We're going to end it. We're going to wrap it up. As the world keeps spinning, as the rats keep running the race, as America is turning into a live-action Black Mirror, I will be here to tell you about it. I will be here to report it. I will be here to laugh at all the things that we tried to tell you and didn't tell you. But tune in next week, y'all.